Hello and welcome to Bottom 5, where we take a subjective look at the bottom 5 worsts of all time. In today's episode, we'll be going over the 5 worst story arcs in the anime manga series One Piece. We here at Bottom 5 are absolutely in love with the story of One Piece, and we are sure we're not alone in this sentiment. As such, determining the worst arcs in One Piece will not be an easy task, but Bottom 5 is up for the challenge. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Warning! The following video contains spoilers for the One Piece manga and anime. Please be advised. Number 5. Alabasta. The Alabasta arc takes place right after the crew leaves Drum Island with their brand new Nakama, Chopper. In the Alabasta arc, the Straw Hats join Princess Vivittari to stop the sinister crocodile from starting a revolution in the Alabasta Kingdom. Alabasta makes our list for one simple reason: Pell. Pell is one of the royal bodyguards of Princess Vivittari and is a Falcon Zone Devil Fruit user. During the climax of the war against Crocodile and his association Baroque Works, Pell foiled Crocodile's plan to detonate a massive bomb in the capital city. Pell did this by using his zone ability to grab the bomb with his falcon talons and fly the bomb so that the city was out of the blast radius. This was such a powerful moment for the series, and the first real-time death for any character thus far. For Pell to give up his life to save the kingdom he swore to protect was just perfect. However, unbelievably, at the very end of the Alabasta arc, Pell somehow returns with minimal damage. Like, come on, Oda, you could have at least given him a missing arm or a leg or something. Mind you, this was even before the introduction of armament hockey in the series, so it really is anyone's guess as to how Pell survived. Pell's survival really took the wind out of the sails of his sacrifice, which is why the Alabasta arc makes our list at number 5. Number 4. Dressrosa. The Dressrosa arc occurs in the New World and follows the events of Punk Hazard. Following Punk Hazard, Luffy's crew successfully captured notorious drug manufacturer Caesar Clown, aka Joker. Dressrosa Kingdom was ruled by Shichibukai Don Quixote do Flamingo, who used his devil fruit power to deceive the citizens into revolting and overthrowing King Riku and the royal family into complete disgrace and infamy. During this arc, Luffy teamed up with fellow pirate of the worst generation, Trafalgar D. Law, to defeat Doflamingo by using their hostage Caesar Clown as leverage. However, things go awry, as usual, and Luffy ends up in a winner-takes-all one-on-one brawl with Doflamingo. As exciting as all of this sounds, the Dressrosa arc makes our list because of its sheer length. The Dressrosa arc is the longest series in One Piece. Dressrosa was 101 manga chapters and 117 anime episodes long. To put this into perspective, the first manga chapter of Dressrosa came out on March 4th, 2013, and the last chapter came out on September 28th, 2015. That's almost 3 years long. Furthermore, the length of Dressrosa is exacerbated due to the many similarities between the Alabasta and Dressrosa arcs. Think about it. Luffy and his crew come to the aid of a defamed king and royal family to stop a Shichibukai whose plan is to take over the kingdom to exploit the people in the land. And also his brother shows up? We understand that these parallels are intended to show what would have happened to the Alabasta royal family and kingdom if Luffy and the gang had not intervened. But it was still a bit of a chore to get through the whole of Dressrosa, which is why we rank Dressrosa as the number 4 worst story arc of One Piece. Number 3. Whole Cake Island. The Whole Cake Island arc occurs right after the Straw Hats leave the moving island of the Minks, Zou, in order to save their Nakama Sanji from the clutches of the infamous pirate emperor, Big Mom. Whole Cake Island makes our list because of our disappointment in the battle between Big Mom and Luffy. The length of each storyline is usually rewarded with a big boss fight with Luffy versus the main villain of the story arc. However, when Big Mom and Luffy finally clash, Luffy doesn't even leave a scratch on her. We can see how some fans of One Piece actually like this, because it makes Luffy's growth and progression more realistic. However, after learning all about Big Mom throughout the Whole Cake Island storyline, nothing would have been more satisfying than to see her get clobbered by a Gear 4th elephant gun. And therefore, Whole Cake Island makes our list at number 3. Number 2. Skypia. The Skypia story arc begins as the Straw Hats take the knock upstream to the surreal sky island called Skypia. Skypia makes our list because of how frustrating the build-up to the final battle was. In every story arc, Oda masterfully writes each plot in a way that Captain Luffy is conveniently taken out of the storyline to be saved for the final 1v1 battle with the main villain of the arc. However, this concept takes a whole new level of creativity in Skypia. In Skypia, when Enel, the main villain of the arc, decides to finally come down from his throne to join the fight against the Straw Hats, Luffy gets swallowed up by a giant snake. After several chapters of Luffy struggling to find a way out, Luffy finally escapes the beast and confronts Enel on his Golden Sky ship, only to be welded to a giant metal ball and thrown off the ship and forced to find a way back on board. In our preference, it would have been better to have more time of actual fighting between Luffy and Enel, instead of most of the action being focused on Luffy's struggle to simply reach Enel. And that's why we rank Skypia as the second worst arc in One Piece. Number 1. Fishman Island. The Fishman story arc follows the 2-year time skip where the crew was split up by Bartholomew Kuma on the Sabaody archipelago. During the time skip, each crewmate trained extensively in their own way to become a stronger pirate crew as a whole. After the time skip, the crew met back on the archipelago to set sail for the Fishman Island. Fishman Island is the worst arc in One Piece because the final boss was so underwhelming. The crew easily defeated the henchmen of the main villain, Hody Jones, which was cool because it allowed the crew to demonstrate the new techniques they learned during the time skip. However, the main boss fight between Hody and Luffy was so incredibly one-sided. Luffy, being a devil fruit user whose strength is sapped by being in contact with the ocean, actually defeated a roided up shark fishman while being underwater. Being so hyped to finally see how much Luffy had grown, it was such a letdown that he had to face such a pitiful enemy. Which is why we believe that the Fishman Island arc is the worst arc in One Piece. Those are our bottom 5 worst arcs of the One Piece storyline. If you agree or disagree with our list, let us know in the comment section below. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you can stay in the loop. Until next time, Bottom 5 out.